Okay, we all have friends, right? Now, if somebody was going to hurt your friend, you wouldn't let them. You would say something. You would do something.
You'd use your voice and say something, right?
Would you just sit there, or would you speak up?
You'd use your voice.
You'd use your voice.
Well, that's what I'm doing.
All right, if I wanted to get married tomorrow, I could do it.
I could do it.
I could do it, no problem.
Not that I want to, but I could.
And right now,
Gay and lesbian people in California have the right to get married too.
Which is good times.
Gay and lesbian people have the right now, but now there's people that are trying to take away their constitutional right for equality.
so when I heard about California's Proposition 8,
When I heard about California's Proposition 8,
You know, the one that bans gay marriages?
Like, we don't have more important things to worry about?
I thought of my friend Howard.
My friend Sam, Rachel and Percy.
I thought of my friend Sarah. Changing the Constitution to take away rights for my friend, the right to marry and have equal rights and live her life how she wants to do, is something that I could never do.
that's not fair.
You don't want to do that. You know you don't.
Not good times.
So on November 4th, join me and use your voice.
Use your voice. Vote no on Prop 8.
Vote no on Prop 8.
That'd be a no on Prop 8.
And until then, help get the word out.
Help get the word out to other people.
Help get the word out to everybody.
It's as easy as a call, a text, or email to help spread this very important message.
Do whatever you can.
do whatever you can to reach out to loved ones.
Friends, families, enemies, and urge them not to write discrimination into the California State Constitution.
I mean, I talked to my mom about it. She's 88. She's on board.
With the election just around the corner, you can still help by volunteering or donating to the cause now.
You know, she might even do a little of this. And even she knows.
So use your voice and vote no on Prop 8.
No. No.
Vote no on Proposition 8.
Because a no vote is a vote to keep everyone equal.
And that's why I think that marriage needs to remain defined in the traditional way as the union of one man and one woman.
But how does a gay marriage threaten my marriage or yours?
Well, the problem is that a same-sex union does not fulfill the fundamental public purpose of marriage, which is to encourage the reproduction of the human race and the raising of children by their own biological mother and father. That's the fundamental reason why marriage is defined as the union of one man and one woman. Every individual does have a right to marry, but every individual also faces restrictions upon whom they can marry. In most states, no one can marry a child, nobody can marry a close blood relative, no one can marry a person who's already married, and in the majority of states, nobody can marry a person of the opposite sex. Those are not limitations on the right to marry, those are part of the definition of what marriage is.
But the difference between the things you just ticked off and excluding same-sex couples from marriage is there are good reasons why we don't allow people to marry children. There's good reasons why we limit marriage in some of those ways. But to take marriage away from committed same-sex couples, couples who've made a commitment in life, who are worrying about caring for their parents, who are raising kids, who are taking care of one another, that makes no sense. There's no good reason for it. And when you're asked this question, you don't have a good reason.
Unresolved problem segment tonight. Voters in California will soon decide Proposition 8, which seeks to define marriage as between one man and one woman. Wall Street Journal reports today that the California Teachers Association has donated more than $1 million to defeat the one man, one woman concept. Also, entertainers like Ellen DeGeneres are upset.
Vice presidential candidate Governor Sarah Palin says that she's in favor of a federal ban on gay marriage. Basically, she wants to change the Constitution. So if you're wondering, I'm sure you are, how I feel about this, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't agree.
There is a website that is a very big sponsor of No on Prop 8, Equality California, and we discovered on that website that there are a lot of big companies that serve a lot of traditional families too.
Like what?
Are like AT&T, Comcast, Time Warner, Clear Channel, who are visibly and already listed on the website.
Do these companies donate money to defeat the proposition?
Absolutely. AT&T is listed at $250,000.
On the issue of gay marriage, My belief is that as a public official, my role is to make sure that everybody is treated fairly and everybody has equal rights. And you know, I know that sometimes in this debate there's talk about, well, we don't mind giving gay and lesbians equal rights but not special rights. Well, the fact is that right now many gay couples, for example, can't visit each other in the hospital. And when I sit down and read Scripture, and I think, how would Jesus feel about somebody not being able to visit somebody they love when they're sick? I conclude that that is something that is important, and certainly as a public official, it's important for me to make sure that those basic rights, that basic equality is available.
Protests have not let up over California's gay marriage ban and have now spread nationwide from California to Utah and tonight to the Big Apple. Take a look at that. That is a live picture of what is happening less than 10 blocks from where I am sitting. Mark Leno, one of the first openly gay men elected to the California Assembly, and Matthew Staver from the Liberty Council, who supports Prop 8. Mark, these protests just keep on growing. What's your reaction to this chain reaction of demonstrations that has really swept the country almost spontaneously, I would say?
It has been very spontaneous. It's probably not surprising because what Californians have done is very radical and changes our Constitution in a very significant way by subverting our Equal Protection Clause, which says very clearly that no citizen or class of citizens should be granted any privileges or immunities not granted to all citizens on the same terms. And so this changes our Constitution in a very radical fashion.
I'll tell you what's not exciting, though, what's going on here in California. Proposition 8 passed, and this is a proposition... You know, I've been talking about this on the show a lot. It's a proposition that would ban gay marriage, and it's something that I am obviously very invested in. And it would be the first time in history that they would change the state constitution and take rights away. That's just amazing, and it's too close to call. So there was a demonstration here on Wednesday night, and just before I walked out here, I was watching the news, and there's a huge, huge peaceful demonstration going on in the streets. And I say, good for you, and I support you, and if I wasn't here... taking a giant step towards equality, and then this is happening, and I don't understand it. And like I said, I'm there with you in spirit, and it's crazy.
If you don't want gay marriage, it's very simple. Don't have one.
Tell me what you want.
Commitment.
That's all? Why didn't you say so in the first place?
What?
All you have to do is ask. And I'm yours.
Will you commit to me? To be with only me for the rest of our lives?
Nothing makes God happier than when two people, any two people, come together in love. Friends, family, who gathered here today to join Carol and Susan in holy matrimony.
When men lie together in lust, it is a surrender to the passions and does nothing for the excellence in us. Nor does any other excess, Cassandra. Jealousy among them. But when men lie together and knowledge and virtue are passed between them, that is pure and excellent. When they compete to bring out the good, the best in each other, this is the love between men that can build the city-state.
knows. I trust only you in this world. It is you I love, Hephaestion. No other.
It's okay to be gay, let's rejoice with the boys in the gay way. Hooray for the kind of man that you will find in the gay way. It's okay to be gay, let's rejoice with the boys in the gay way. Hooray for the kind of man that you will find in the gay way.
You're a shooting star, you come so far. I was once in your shoes, in a closet like you, I had nothing to lose. Hey man, gay man, pick up the soap, get on your knees and pray. Hey man, gay man, release your load, you got to cease to delay. The gay way.
It's okay to be gay, let's rejoice with the boys in the gay way. Hooray for the kind of man that you will find in the gay way.
Hooray for the man. Oh, strong man, queen of the ball. Some brotherly love is a pleasure for all. Come out, open your eyes. It's a matter of size. Hey man, gay man, pick up the soap, get on your knees and pray. Hey man, gay man, release your load, you got to cease to delay. The gay way.
It's okay to be gay, let's rejoice with the boys in the gay way.
Okay to be gay.
Hooray for the kind of man that you will find in the gay way. Sing hallelujah,
Sing hallelujah.
it's getting to
It's
ya.
getting to ya.
Now remember, there's a big difference between kneeling down and bending over.
It's all